Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals, your weekly dive into all things Nintendo with a couple of friends. Tonight, we're talking about a brand new game. It's Nintendo World Championships NES Edition, plus the latest in Nintendo news and showing off and talking about your coolest Nintendo stuff. Micah, you ready to jump into the episode?
Yep. Almost.
Oh, hit that music. Greetings, fellow Nintendo pals. It's me, Andros1, your host, and I am joined by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah. Are you frozen? Oh my goodness, that was so intense. You're like, you had one eyebrow raised slightly. I thought it was fake. I thought you were faking it.
Yeah, my internet apparently went out for just a little bit.
Well, the audio's still going, the music's still playing great, and you're still you were looking cool as heck there. With like,
yeah, I knew it was freezing up, so I was like, I better get my cool pose out.
Yeah. Micah, how the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
It's good to hear. I learned something new about myself this week, Micah. I'm going to ask if you can do this as well. I asked my wife and my kids and all of my coworkers if they can do this, and I thought it was normal, but it is not normal. But I can move my chin independent from the rest of my face.
That's not normal.
Mm-hmm. For those that are watching the video version of the podcast.
That was so much more than I was expecting.
Isn't that weird? It's so knobby. I have a knobby chin.
What? No, I can't do that. I can very slightly move my ears.
Oh, you can? Yeah, I saw it. I guess you couldn't see it if I was trying. That's weird.
What in the world? There's so much that moves when you do that.
Yeah.
You got like, it's like you got your chin is unattached or something. Watch out. I like using my hands. I can't get that much movement.
Oh no! Am I a freak? Should I be in a circus?
You should be, maybe a little bit.
Maybe I should post this to TikTok and see if there's anybody else that can do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's weird.
I mean, actually wild.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help that as I've gotten a little older, I've developed a little bit of an extra neck here. Okay, I need to stop. Freaking Mike out over here.
It just doesn't make sense.
And you've known me longer than anybody except for like my own family, and I just discovered that this.
How would you think that was normal?
Well, I just never really like. It's like I just discovered.
How come that's never come up either?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is like, how has this never been? How are we?
Like, hey, check this out. Just move your chin.
No, because I've never like consciously done it. I guess until this week. Well, I have, but I just didn't do it like as a. I just I don't know.
That's a talent.
It's a talent. Well, speaking of a talent, if if you thought that was cool, you should leave 5 stars on this podcast on your podcast listening app of choice. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, Audible, all those places let you leave 5-star reviews. And if you do, you get a shout out at the start of the show. Please do it. It helps people discover our show and makes us feel good about ourselves, which is really what we want to hear. We got a new review over on Apple Podcasts this week, and Micah, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. This is a family friendly show, so we can't read the entire review. But we really want to shout out and say thank you to DeBoy67 for leaving us a 5-star review. It says very good show, funny enough, and that he really, really likes our theme.
Nice.
So shout out to Roger Pollard, aka a talking fish. He is a fantastic music composer and creator. Yeah, he made that theme for us. Very, very awesome. Links to his work are in the description of every episode, so you can check out his website. And with that, now everybody's going to be like, oh, what did the review say? Well, you're just going to have to go check out yourself. And while you're down there, could you leave us a 5-star review too? Thank you.
All part of the plan.
All part of the plan. Got him good. Oh, thank you again to everybody who's left us 5-star reviews. It is very kind. It is very nice. And it does help us get sorted higher in search algorithms. When someone types in Nintendo podcast, where do we pop up, Micah? Do you know?
I know in my heart it's number 1.
Well, when it used to show a list of podcasts, but it's not doing that anymore. So
it shows 6th for me, or 4th, depending on how you count. 3rd, if you cut corners and go straight to us.
3rd, if you go straight to us. How does that work?
Yeah, you jump. There's number 1 top left. You jump corner, and then you jump down, and that's us.
Yeah, it doesn't even show me a list anymore. Well, let me check on my phone. Let me check on my phone.
Although actually, if you show more, then we're like 9, because it just extends the 3.
What are you typing? Oh, I see it. I see it here. I see it here. We don't show up at all for me. These aren't even like Nintendo podcasts, half of these.
That's odd.
Yeah, what is this? What is this? We need more reviews. We need to get
issue.
We need to get back in the top spot. We were there. Not in the very top, but we were in the top. Well, and also it depends on your search history and stuff. Google is a cruel game. I don't know where I was going with that. It's a cruel game trying to be at the top of Google, and we need your help to get there. That's what the 5-star reviews is all about, taking over the world of podcasting by being the top result. And with that, let's jump into what makes this a 5-star podcast. Let's talk some games. Let's go to the first segment. What you playing? Micah, what have you been playing lately, my guy?
Well, I finished Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. So that was pretty cool. I 100%ed it just in time.
Within the game trial, you 100%ed it?
A whole week.
That's my man right there. That is awesome. Legendary.
So
you are what we aspire.
Now I'll be never actually purchasing the game.
Yeah.
And I'll just be sad missing the DLC forever, but it's a small price to pay.
Yeah, true.
To not pay a price.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, or I could loan you the game, I guess, because we haven't played it. So then you could get the DLC.
You have to pay for the DLC.
Right. But it would be
which
funny.
means the cheapest way, always the cheapest way to get the DLC is to buy the whole game.
Yeah,
So,
it would be funny if you never bought the main game and you only bought
I
the
was like,
DLC.
could I have just bought the DLC and played it? But
That I wonder if you bought the DLC on the game trial. You probably can. That's probably a
kind
thing.
of seems like you'd be able to, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't let you do that because, like, you wouldn't be able to play the DLC after the week, and I feel like maybe some people would misunderstand and be upset about that.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
might just be like, "Nah, you can't do that."
Well, that's awesome. And so I assume that's all you played.
Mostly, I
Yeah.
did play a little bit of Rocket League.
Good old League Day Rocket.
Gotta play more like League a week, at least once. Maybe twice.
It was Spanish Day, League of Rocket. League el de Rocketo.
The of day,
No, day. like a day, like DE
like
in
of.
Spanish. Yes. League of Rocket. Yes.
Or you could just combine them into Del, potentially.
League del Rocket.
Del Taco.
Del Rocket. Del Rocket League. Oh, I need to stop. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what are your thoughts on Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope? Overall,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
give us like a mini review. What set the game apart from its predecessor?
There's no Yoshi, so that's a real big bummer.
That is a big bummer.
But I mean, they kind of went with instead of because before you kind of go through an area and explore, and then there'd be like battle areas that you
Right.
get to, and you could like see it. You like knew when you're walking into it. Now they kind of have just like Nintendo areas. You just have like the island where people you need to help people and whatnot, and they'll have like enemies walking around.
The island where PP.
Oh,
That's what you said. Sorry.
we help people.
I'm a 7-year-old. The island of PP. The island of people.
Yeah, I kind of think Mario Odyssey. How they kind of have those areas, but they're a bit smaller. And
yeah.
You find the enemies in the overworld, and then you go into the battle areas.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And now apparently, shooting ends your movement. I didn't actually remember that you could move in the first one after shooting, but they specifically mentioned that like this dimension is different. The rules have changed. Something like that. Like now after you shoot, you can't move.
The rules have changed. Like what?
What are you talking about?
Why are you making? Yeah, that's funny. But cool.
I mean, and previously they had like you'd unlock different weapons for your characters, but now your weapon is the same, but you also unlock and can equip sparks, which kind of gives some like the elemental effects to weapons as well as doing other things. So you can kind of you're a bit more flexible with what you want your
That's
people,
fun.
your characters' elements to be, and you can change out those elements.
Do the elements like stack with abilities and things?
Yes, but to use it, I mean, you get 2 actions on a turn, and to use an action requires, I mean, to use a spark,
requires an action.
But what I'd like to do sometimes is give Luigi an elemental effect. I think they call him super effect to his attacks, and then you do is like steely stare, where if enemies move, they get shot at.
Oh,
Stacks of that, so he'd get 3 attacks with that elemental effect instead of just the one. If I activate that and then just shot someone,
that's smart.
So they kind of stack and let you do things. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think if you played the first one and enjoyed it, you will enjoy this one. But it'd been a while since I played the first one, so I didn't actually remember too much being different.
How was the story good, or was it pretty light, or
It was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't amazing. It's pretty simple. You just got to go beat up Cursa, essentially.
and can we do some spoiler talk?
I suppose it has been out for a while.
It has been out for a while. So spoilers for anybody that hasn't finished it. I'm curious. Is Cursa Rosalina?
I'll never tell.
Really? I think they showed that it was her in like the opening of the game. It was like pretty obvious.
Spoilers, no, Cursa is not Rosalina.
But she possessed Rosalina?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens, yeah.
Okay, so similar to, Thousand Year Door Peach monster.
Yeah, pretty similar, actually. But I mean, that Cursa fight was actually the best fight of the game. Slight spoilers. You actually used all 9 characters in the fight.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was really cool. They kind of like separated you into like different battlefield areas with like 3 groups of 3. But I really like that. And the missions that forced you to use certain people, because I'd kind of just use my 3 favorites, which were
Who are?
Luigi,
Yeah.
Rabbid Peach, and Rabbid Rosalina.
Okay.
Peach for the healing, and then Rabbid Rosalina can do. It has a weird name. I can't remember what it was, Inui or something, but it essentially like puts a big group of enemies in stasis. So I'd have her run in, do a big area effects spark thing, and then I just freeze everyone, and then you can kind of focus on like one front at a time if you're getting surrounded.
That's cool. Sweet.
But,
well, I can't wait to jump into this game eventually.
yeah, it's at some point, 2 years after you've bought it.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't buy it. It was a gift.
Wow. Hopefully they're not listening.
Well, it was a gift for my son, not for me.
Wow. Hopefully he's not listening.
I mean,
he'd be very offended that you've never played his game.
He absolutely begged and begged for that game, but then hardly played it. I think he'll come back to it.
Oh, I see. It was a gift for you to your son.
Yes.
I thought you were saying it was a gift from your son to you.
No. It was a gift for him. And I think he was just a little bit too young at the time to like grasp the strategy. And I think he'd probably do better at it now. So I'll just have to wait, and eventually he'll play it and probably like it a lot. But speaking of played and liked a lot, I played a game this week. Yesterday, game dropped. It's Nintendo World Championships NES Edition. A mouthful to say as a title. But Micah, I'm loving it. I think it's great. I think it's a great game.
I was hoping you would like it. And then I was hoping you'd be like, hey, we should do a double stream thing. And then I'd be like, haha, company funds.
Company funds.
All part of my plan coming together.
Man, I'd be down. I'd be down to do a double stream thing. That would be fun. The only issue is like it doesn't have like real multiplayer with friends, and that's what holds it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bummer.
Not even in like so. It's a pretty simple game. Now, this is $30 on the eShop. If you buy like the box set, I think it's 50 or 60. It comes with all those goodies, but I didn't want the box set. I actually went to the store to see if I could just pick up a copy of the game, and they're not selling just a copy of the game in stores.
They just all come with the fancy stuff.
They're all the special edition, which is very odd to me, but whatever. I picked up the digital version, and it has right off the get-go, you need to pick an icon, a hype tag, and your favorite NES game. And so my icon that I went with was Link from Zelda 2, because it just has a cool looking sprite work. And you'll unlock more, like by doing challenges. You earn coins to unlock more badges. Well, there's your icon, there's badges, there's a lot of unlockables. And then with the hype tags, my I went through the hype tags and it starts with like, oh, NES fan or Super NES fan. Um, one of the tags was like, my parents had an NES. Like
He's
different
trying to make it feel old with that one.
different tags. It
As
did
the
make
parents.
yeah. Oh man, when the game started up, it was like the Nintendo. It gives like a little history. The Nintendo World Championships happened in such and such time, and were brought back in this time period. But many of you did not get to experience the event. In fact, many of you weren't even born. And I was like, I felt myself crumble to dust. It was like, many of you weren't born in the 80s or 90s and never knew about the, and I was just like, I just wilted away. I played the sad music on my soundboard and was like, why, Nintendo? Why do you remind me that I'm old? And
Good.
so the tag I ended up using, well, one of the tags, my favorite too, and were I wish real life had a reset button.
Interesting.
I think it's just sad and it's just really funny.
Yeah.
I did see someone in the wild with that hype tag. And then the one I went with was number 1 at something, probably.
I like it.
I was like, I dig that. That does feel like something I would say. And so I titled my stream number 1 at something, probably. Yeah, that was so you start off in the game and you can choose between solo play and party play. Party play is you're playing like just everybody on the same screen, and it's kind of like Mario 35, but 8 of you playing together, and you can do a variety of challenges, and they have different bundles of challenges for party mode. I didn't mess too much with that because obviously just me. So I spent more time in the solo play, and when you first fire up the game, it has you do the very first challenge, which is Rush Room, and it is a speed run to grab the super mushroom at the very
World
start.
1-1.
World 1-1. Yeah. And you get a ranking based off of how fast you go, like a letter ranking. And I think I got like a B first try. And then I was like, and then I was like, well, I gotta get a higher ranking than that. And then I eventually got an S ranking, and I was like, oh, hot dog. So it goes all the way up to S. And S is hard to get in a lot of these challenges.
I did see a little bit of a Cosmic streaming this actually, and it seemed like S's were actually very easy to get.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're freaking Cosmic world record holder for Mario Bros. At Mario Bros. 2, it might be pretty easy to get S rank. He's going to be skewing all the numbers because in the tournament mode, so there's multiple modes, right? You've got the speed run mode, which is just all like 50 challenges that the game has, and you start with 1 in each game, and then you can unlock more by paying coins. Then it has championship mode, and it has like the weekly challenge, and it's 5 of the challenges. I don't know if those are going to be different than the speed run challenges that are in the 50. But you've got like 5 challenges to do, and those ones are going to be like factored into the overall leaderboard, and the leaderboard isn't revealed until
the end. I've heard
till the end. Yeah,
after all the results.
And I'm not
kind of weird.
I'm not sure I like it like that or not.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice to like see how you were doing.
Yeah, how you were doing compared to other people. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that'd make me want to like play it more or less.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just like, oh, I got a pretty good time. It'll have to be good enough because I don't even know how much improvement I need to like.
Well, this is where I was like, I'm thinking as a community, we need to like as a Nintendo Pals community, we need to like all get in on this, and we can all post our scores so we can see how fast other people are doing.
Other people are doing it.
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
And what I was saying earlier about Cosmic skewing the scores is I think it shows you based off of your birth year how well you did. And I've actually Cosmic is younger than me and you, I think. Slightly younger than both of us. So he won't mess up our birth year, thankfully. But I'm sure there are speedrunners out there that are going to skew the numbers. And I'm going to be ranked like 1000th, even though I did pretty good. I got S rank on every challenge. I even learned how to do the carpet skip in Mario 2 so I could get to the
Wait, when you're Luigi?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't take the carpet.
Yeah.
You jump off those little dudes.
Yep.
Is that the carpet skip you're talking about?
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's because the run in that one is grab a key and open the door. That's
one of the ones I actually saw Cosmic doing. I watched a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was playing. So that's the World Championship mode, and the thing I like about the, oh, man, I hope I'm probably giving it the wrong name. Oh, I have it open still, so I can just look.
You can play it right now.
The thing I like about those ones, yeah, it is the World Championships mode. Is there's sound effects that are playing, like you're playing at freaking GDQ or something like that. There's a crowd that cheers when you start, and then like when things happen in the game, they'll be like, oh, ah, and they just get it hypes
That's
you
awesome.
up. It hypes you up and I was like, well, it doesn't do that in the speedrun section of the game. So when you're like playing the games, but when you're in the championships, there's like a crowd sound effect, which I think is fun.
That's awesome.
I like it. I think it might get annoying. Might get annoying, but I liked it for what I got to do with it. And then yeah, so there were 5 challenges in this lineup, and that lineup will end on the 22nd, and then scores will be posted. So I'm wondering if it's going to be like, is it weekly or is it bi-weekly, like twice a week? Not 100% sure. But you have like, it's like the entry period is like till 4:59 a.m. on the 22nd. And it's like, well, I don't know how I'm doing compared to everybody else. I don't know if I've got a good enough time or not. I just have to hope, I guess. I guess if everybody, there's kind of a fun aspect to it of not knowing, where like you just kind of have to try your best, and instead of like grinding for the absolute best score, you're just doing your personal best.
Yeah.
And you can kind of go like, I can do this faster. I can do this faster. Yeah, it's that one, that's pretty fun. And so those will be cycling out. I don't know how often. I'm trying to see if there's any info on it here. It doesn't look like it. And then there is survival mode. Now, survival mode is the mode most like Tetris 99 or like Mario 35. You are playing in a competition of random challenges. I think it's the ones from. Well, let me check. Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's all the ones from the World Championships. So it'll randomly select 3, and then each round, the amount of players gets dwindled in half. So you have to place top 4 in the first, and then top 2, and then number 1, in order to win the champion. In order to win in survival mode. And there's silver and gold division. I only played 1 silver division. I played a lot of gold division. I had a lot of fun with both. Silver division, I just did really good. And I don't know if it's pairing you against easier ghosts there. I don't.
Is the game's supposed to be easier?
Yeah. I don't
They're slightly
know.
different between them, I think.
I don't know if like how the ghost data is being collected. Is it using people's best scores, or is it just using random scores from other players that are playing
Yeah,
in
maybe it's
these modes?
using people's average scores. Because I feel
Well,
like it's probably not using people's like bests.
yeah, but the thing is, like, you're playing against actual ghost data. Like, you can see it.
Yeah,
You can see them racing against you. The nice thing about playing against ghost data is that as soon as you're finished, you can move to the next round. You
you
don't
don't
have
have
to
to wait.
wait and watch everybody else's. And this is where I think it would be really cool if there was a friend mode in this,
Yeah,
where you could see your friends ghost data and play against only people from your friends list. That would be really cool. It would be really fun to be able to do the party mode online, but I think even just having ghost data from only your friends would be cool. And that's what holds this game back, I think,
yeah. But
is
can you like see your friends' scores on like individual?
no, there is no friend
Oh,
connectivity at all, as far as I could find.
so you actually have to interact with your friends to tell them your really good scores.
Yeah. Come on,
Kind
Nintendo.
of a hassle.
Who wants
How
to
am I
do that?
supposed to know which scores I'm gonna have to beat of yours?
That's why I was saying I feel like we need to do this as a community. Maybe not for this championship, but for the upcoming one after this, we could do like a contest as a community. And we'll like see whoever gets the best gets like a eShop gift card or something. That could be fun. A fun way to.
Or a heartfelt thumbs up?
You can get that for free from me right now. Thank you.
Keep
Uh
valuing them.
I'm devaluing. You're right. So then there is those are the three main gameplay modes. You got speed run mode, which is all the challenges like laid out. I think there are 2, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 by 1, 2, 13 times 13.
139.
Really? I don't think that's right.
Probably not. 142. It's more than 144 now, I think, but 169. That seems about right.
169. Wouldn't it be 100?
Let's see.
It would
I'm gonna
be
just do math. Hey, it's 169. I'm actually incredible.
really? Wow, you are incredible.
It
69.
almost looks like ear when you look at it backwards.
Oh yeah. That's weird. I've never noticed that. Um
Uh,
there are 169 speedrun challenges that you can do, and they range in difficulty. They start at easy and move all the way up to legendary. I have unlocked all of them for Mario 1, and legendary is just beat the game.
the full game generally.
Yeah. Yeah, which uh it's long, so I only got one attempt at it. I did it in 7 minutes, got an A++.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's
And they got like they have a rewind kind of thing.
right.
That's
That's something different about this that you wouldn't get from just running these games and doing these challenges regularly. If you die or fail the challenge in any way, it just rewinds you a little bit to a playable state. And I heard from reading in the Cosmic Discord that there are some glitches in the games that rewind will prevent you from doing. So like people have tried to do some glitches, some
yeah, this
I
strategy is not available.
yeah. Yeah, which I think is
Seems weird.
yeah. I think it's weird, but it might just I also wonder if it's just kind of like a this your character is not where the game expects it to be, and so it just automatically rewinds you. Like, and it's something weird with how they've implemented the rewind. But because of that, I was able to beat the final game in 7 minutes, where it would probably have taken me longer because I died to Hammer Bros a few times
I hate the Hammer Bros.
on the second to last world, or yeah, second to last level. But I'm going for S rank in everything, and I have it in a lot of the challenges. But then some of them, it's like I don't even know how I would go any faster. I'm like,
The one where you got to get the coins in the underground.
yes, A++, and I couldn't do anything else. I'm like, there's no way to go faster.
That's
even
yeah, that's one of the ones I saw Cosmic doing, and he had to take a few tries on that one. He had to do it in like 2.16 or something. He'd gotten like 2.35.
You're kidding me. Yeah, I have a 2.38. That's what I got it in. 2.16? How? How? See, I want to. This is a game I want to play locally with Cosmic and with you. I want to play this game locally. I think it would be super fun.
That'd be cool. Just taking turns trying to beat.
No, just doing the party mode where you're like playing all against each other.
Too.
This would be a fun one for like a GDQ. Like we should just get a group of like 8 people and sign up for the next games done quick. Be like, yeah, we're gonna be speed running through Nintendo World Championships NES edition,
and we're all just horrible.
I love that it is essentially like a speedrunner layout for the game too. You can see like your button inputs, and it has the big fat speedrunner timer on the bottom.
It's with like the blackout bar thing.
They like nailed the aesthetic perfectly. It looks like Cosmic designed this game. Is what it looks like. Like he put it together, or just like anybody in the speedrunning community was like, yeah, I'll just put together a game here. And I love how this just sort of acknowledges speedrunning, because Nintendo's really never endorsed speedrunning. They haven't like been anti-speedrunning, although there was that like one Pokemon president quote that was like, I hate speedrunners. They like compared it to hacking or something like that. It's like, no.
It's a little different.
Yeah. So speedrun mode, world championships mode, survival mode, and then you've got unlockables with the player icons, which cost coins. You earn coins by completing challenges and being successful in different modes. Oh my goodness, we got Fedorable Will here in the chat. Hello. Thank you for popping over here for the live stream. And some of these are expensive. The like Princess Peach icons, like 1,000 gold. I don't know what this icon is. Maybe I should unlock this one real quick. Is that Zelda holding the Triforce?
It's gonna be really embarrassing.
It is.
When someone you should know, like Zelda, holding the Triforce.
Well, there's 2 icons. I had unlocked the Link holding the Triforce, and I assumed that the other one was Zelda holding the Triforce. And then there's also the pin collection, and you get the pins from doing different challenges. Like I can see earn an A rank or higher in the cheap chase challenge. Unlock and play all challenges. Did I earn that one for Mario Bros? Participate in World Championships for the first time. Participate in the World Championships 3 times. Win Silver mode 3 times. Win Gold Division for the first time. Clear challenges 500 times. I've already got 100. But yeah, you can have these pins, and then you pick your favorite. And yeah, it's pretty fun. So you have like all these things to like show off in your profile as you play. So yeah, and that's about it. I mean, it's like not really that deep of a game, but It's really fun. I think that it reminds me a lot of Mario 35 in its aesthetic and also in its playability. Mario 35 was a game that I would play every day for a little bit. So I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna have that same kind of thing. This is like a good one to fire up and play some challenges in for a little bit. It's a good like in between game. It's not gonna fill like a substantial amount of your time, but
Unless you're very competitive.
well, and I mean, I will say that the what is the reward in your brain called when you like
Dopamine.
yeah, the dopamine that this game gives for getting like higher ranks and just getting a new PB. Like they knew what made speedrunning fun and are doing everything in their power with this game to make it fun fast. And so like I mean from resets to like it's all so quick and snappy, and when you get that PB you're like yes, especially after you've tried a challenge over and over and over again. But I mean in total, like that coin game, I probably maybe spent like 5-10 minutes on it, but I did it so many times within that 5 to 10 minutes and was just like stoked when I got a PB in it. And yeah, that's fun. I think they did a good job with it. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I'm gonna give this game a solid. I wanna rank it high, but I think that the lack of online friend connectivity is a big miss on the part of this game, and I hope it gets added in. I could see them adding that functionality down the road, but I don't know. I think that's a huge miss, though. So I'd probably give this an 8, maybe a 9, because everybody out there, I heard that when people hear my ranking, they knock it down by 2. And that's about what the ranking is, because I always give things a little bit higher of a score than they would. And to that I say, screw you guys. My score is the best. I'm just kidding.
Because it's higher.
That's true. No, I genuinely like this game. I think it's fun. But I'm also a big fan of speedrunning and like enjoy watching speedrunning. So maybe this is I'm gonna have some bias here, I think, for just like what this game is. So it'd probably be interesting to hear from the perspective of someone who isn't into speedrunning at all, and if this game has any appeal. Yeah. Let me know if you're out there and you picked up this game because you're a fan of like classic games and just kind of wanted to see what it is about, but you aren't necessarily a speedrun guy. Yeah, let us know if you liked it, because I'm loving it. It's fun. And that's all I got to talk about with what I've been playing. So, Michael, what do you say we jump out of what we've been playing and let's talk some Nintendo news? All right, we got a good amount of news to cover here. I'm going to say first off, Jack Black wins Best Villain Award at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards for his portrayal of Bowser, which was a very good portrayal of Bowser. It was good. He did a great job.
Yep.
Deserved award. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. What do you got, Micah?
And Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom got its ESRB rating of E10 plus.
Okay.
It's kind of important.
Yeah, it's only for 10-year-olds.
Only if you're 10.
Shoot.
Otherwise, you legally can't play it.
Me faking a 10-year-old ID.
This makes you think of the scene from the Benchwarmers.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly what I was thinking with like the crayon. Yeah. I am 10. Oh, that's a classic. Interesting that it's 10 plus. I wonder if it's
I mean, that's pretty low. There's some violence.
yeah, it is low. Yeah, I guess there's just like some violence. Just like standard violence stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we've got some news then jumping out of Echo's Wisdom into Splatoon with Splatfest. Team Beach wins the latest Splatfest, which I'm going to be 100% real with you guys. That was the worst option of the three.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if there are a few specific beaches.
We once again have the wrong choice winning. Like, I feel like Splatfest has had so many that have just been, this is the obvious wrong choice in this scenario. But some people like the beach, so I can't hate on it too much. But with that, we have the announcement for the next Splatfest, which is, which could you eat every day? Bread,
starchy items.
Yeah. Which it's a starchy Splatfest. So the options are bread, rice, and pasta. What's your answer here?
Oh, pasta. Absolutely. I mean, I could also eat rice every day, but pasta for sure.
I think pasta is my least thing that I could eat every day out of these.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Bread is number one. It's actually in order. Bread number one, rice number two, pasta number three. I couldn't eat pasta every day.
No way. You can eat pasta every day.
I mean, I can't do it.
Why not?
Ninfrendo in the chat. Son of a beach. His team lost.
He lost.
To the beach. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Why?
Yeah, what do you mean? You can't eat pasta every day. There's so much variety.
Oh, Ninfrendo makes a good point. No potato choice. I'd 100% pick potato.
Potato?
Yeah.
Potato?
Yeah, man. My family originates from the Idaho area. Potato is the food of my people.
Just put potatoes in your pasta. Problem solved.
People do that. People do that up there. Spaghetti on potatoes.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
It's crazy. I think that's so weird.
I feel like bread just has the least variety. I feel like with rice, you can do lots of like stir fries and like curries and things. What are you talking about?
There's so much different kinds of bread.
Yeah, but bread is kind of bread at the end of the day.
I think you're eating bread wrong.
It's bread.
Yeah, it's bread. It's like the staple of human life.
Pasta is the staple of human life.
All of these are grains. Fedora Will says, coming from a place that puts chili on spaghetti, not shocked.
You know,
I mean, to be real, I think all of these are pretty equal in my eyes. But pasta definitely the least. But I also do like the pasta color in this. That kind of pesto green. That's nice.
I mean, I don't know if we can be friends if pasta is your least.
Well, too bad. We are friends.
For now.
For now.
Change your ways.
Yeah. I don't know. Bread is just something I actually do eat bread almost every day. Well,
I think the last time I haven't had pasta, and it's been a while.
You actually already eat pasta every day?
Every day.
Shoot.
I have at least, generally I'll have one thing of top ramen.
See,
you throw some like onions and cucumber.
I used to eat bread every single day because I would have sandwiches for lunch like every day. And then even as an adult, was just eat bread with things a lot. Bread with butter on it is like my favorite like childhood snack, just like a nice piece of buttered bread. But nowadays I don't eat bread quite as often because I'm trying to work on my figure. Got to get that wiggly chin skinny.
Oh yeah, show the new people in chat your chin movement.
My little no. Anybody in chat? Can anybody in chat do that, or am I a freak of nature? Truly, I have to like sit in profile to see it. I kind of move my like bottom lip to do it, but I can also kind of move it independent. Yeah, I have never seen that in my life. Well, thank you for your honesty, Monkey Thunder. Appreciate that. That is chintastic.
Perhaps the most insane thing I've seen you do.
I mean, you've known me for so long. How have we never known about this? How have we never known about this?
I'm so surprised you don't bring that up all the time.
I didn't know it was a thing that was weird. You know what I mean? It's I like.
I mean, you should have though.
I should have.
The first time you did that, you should have just instinctively known this is wrong.
This is wrong. That's funny. Well, everybody in chat. It looks like I truly am a freak of nature. The new crimson chin. Like, how did you figure out?
I can't even do that with my hands.
Well, okay. So the question is, how did I figure out I could do that? It was I was looking at my chin and going like, ugh, I don't like my knobby chin. I don't like it. I don't like how it sticks out. Like in profile, it's a knob. I have. Maybe it's not even a chin. Maybe I have like a growth.
It's a tumor.
It's a tumor. What if I didn't have that? I would just look like freaking Jabba the Hutt. There'd be no.
I think you had some sort of accident as a child and it broke your chin off and it's just floating there now.
And I can move it. That's not what that. I mean,
it doesn't make sense. Do you do like chin extras? It's like your kneecap.
You have it. Yeah, it is like my kneecap. Yeah, when you're moving that piece of your skin up and down.
If I try really hard, it doesn't have the same movement though. I can't get as much. Yours goes so high.
So how did I discover I could do it? I was sitting in there going like, I don't like that, and then I moved my mouth and I was like, oh shoot. Yeah, I can like suck it up into my face.
Yeah, I feel like moving my lower lip does not affect my chin very much.
This is what I would look like if I didn't have it. Just a perfectly round face. Anyways, audio listeners are like, what the heck is happening over there? Well, you just got to check out the video. If
this doesn't get them to watch the video, nothing will.
Nothing will. Yeah, I feel like I didn't know this was like not normal. All of my coworkers were also equally shocked. I think you've definitely been the most shocked, Micah. You've been the most like baffled, but you've also known me forever. I think it's the shock of not knowing.
They just they.
Do you have any weird bodily talents that you can do that nobody else can do, or that are rare? Like double jointedness. I like one of my coworkers did double jointed with all of his fingers.
No, but I have a not very good pinky that I can't open and close smoothly. So does that count?
I don't think so. Wasn't that from an injury?
I did break that pinky, so it might be from that.
Yeah, that's odd.
So that's kind of cool. I feel like it also curves in a little bit weird.
Can you take your thumb and pull it into your?
It's actually not straight at all.
Oh,
I think about it.
can you take your thumb and pull it into your forearm and
No.
touch your forearm?
You doing this forwards? That's a no.
You can do that with both of mine. That was one I think my mom showed me. She was like, I can do this. I need to ask my siblings.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna break something if I actually try that.
I need to ask my siblings, am I truly the only one that can move my chin? If anybody can do it, it has to be like my brother, right? Or either my parents. Shoot. After the show, we'll call them up. That'll be part of Nintendo Pals Plus. So if you want to know if you're gonna have to subscribe on Patreon. Anyways,
Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
what
you
were we talking
being
about?
a
News.
traitor, thinking pasta's not very good.
Yeah.
You sicken me.
So what's next to the news?
Well, we found out what that weird, creepy trailer thing teaser was for.
Yeah.
MEO the Smiling Man Famicom Detective Club.
It's a sequel to Famicom Detective Club. How hype is that? That's so cool.
Pretty cool, I guess.
Well, you remember that those were games that were originally on the Famicom that got remakes on the Switch, and now we're getting a sequel. It doesn't make any sense at all because the Famicom is not a thing anymore. But this is cool. Those are good like mystery visual novel like games. And is the producer the Metroid guy? I can't. Who produces Metroid? Thank you, Google. Nintendo.
Other than Metroid co-creator. Yeah. Look at that. The top comment on Google, not Google, YouTube.
Okay. Well, hey, he's good at this because Metroid's got that like creepy aesthetic. So I think, man, this game's going to be so interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited for a sequel to the Famicom Detective Club series. Our buddies over at the Nintendo Cartridge Society are going to be losing their minds. I'm excited to listen to their podcast about it because they played through the other ones and really enjoyed them. Yeah. So we learned more about that. So now let's jump into some news around the Nintendo World Championships NES edition. Can we shorthand this somehow? The NWC? Yeah? Or do I have to give the title every single time?
No, there has to be some way.
I kind of like also just giving the full title because it's such a mouthful. Reviews have dropped for that, and it seems like it's scoring fairly well.
It's something around 8 out of 10.
Yeah, which is about what I scored it at. I see a lot of 7s, 8s. Yeah. Yep. Good game. But in addition to those reviews coming out, so you don't have to just take my word for it, but you should because my word is good. There's a new My Nintendo reward, which is a Nintendo World Championships NES Edition trucker hat. Let's go. And I'm gonna be real with you. I want it. And I'm thinking of spending the points on it.
It's such a random reward.
It is so random, but it's kind of it's the trucker hat to the T. It's got like the mesh back. Oh, it's so awesome. And with that, there's also a sale right now for the NES controllers for Switch. I think it's 20% off, so they're 45, 40, 48.
48 instead of 60. I was trying to see when that sale ended, but I don't see any info on that.
But you can pick those up they actually attach to the Switch, so you can charge them using the Switch dock, which you can't do for the other controllers. I was using my Super Nintendo controller to play the game because it's D-pad button, and I think having something like this is a must.
It actually looks very interesting when you have them connected to the Switch.
Yeah, yeah, there's like a
Excited.
weird look to it.
Try playing like that. I just want someone to try.
Speaking of connected to the side, though, you take the next news item, which kind of is it rolls right into that.
Yeah, we finally have a first-party Joy-Con charging stand.
So weird.
So late.
Yeah, who was it? I think someone posted it. Yeah, it was Frosticles. Was like, I don't understand. I've had this for years. Post a picture of it. And it's like, yeah, this is the Nintendo official one. It's like, what? In the last year, it doesn't make any sense to release right now either.
Yeah,
they've
been sitting on it. They've had it ready for years.
What was
waiting
the
for
point?
Opportune moment.
What was the point of that? Oh man, but it's funny. Nintendo gonna be Nintendoing. You know what I mean? And in addition to that news, we also finally got a more news and a sneak peek at the Plucky Squire, which is shaping up to be a really cool looking game. For those that don't remember, the Plucky Squire was one that kind of followed this Link Between Worlds aesthetic of playing as a 2D game character that jumps. I'm sorry. It's a 3D and 2D mix that you're jumping between. And in this case, the Plucky Squire will like jump out of like books and things and interact with like a desk. Mugs. Yeah, so it's a really fun concept. It looks like it's going to be a really cool game. It feels very Nintendo. Yep. I'm looking forward to that one. We have a lot of people in the community that are very excited for it. Spider Shan, Monkey Thunder. You guys are all pumped for that one. And is that about it? Is that everything in the news? Am I missing anything?
There's some potentially new Splatoon amiibo, Pearl and Marina, side order 2-pack.
Oh yes. Plus Callie and Marie.
Oh yeah, Callie and Marie as well, yeah.
2-pack. So you can get all your favorite
like an alternate or something.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. We've got all these amiibos. And Micah, I think that'll do it for the news segment of this episode. Yeah, Monkey Thunder says, yeah, Grand Festival.
Final Splatfest? Is that what I'm reading?
What?
Adorable Will says, the final Splatfest was announced. The Grand Festival.
Oh.
What is most important to you, the past, present, or future?
Oh, shoot. And that okay. Well, thank you, Will, for being here in the live chat. So we have the announcement for the final Splatfest happening in September for Splatoon 3. And the theming is past, present, or future. And I am going to guess that what is picked has some sort of effect on the next game. Because remember, Order and Chaos were the theme for Splatoon 3, and Splatoon 2 had the Splatfest sort of teasing that, whichever one won. And we got both the Chaos with the base game. It was kind of kind of like chaos-y themed, and Order, Side Order. So that makes me think that the next game will have some past, present, future stuff.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. So we'll keep an eye on that. See what there is to see. But what are you going to pick for that one?
I think I'm leaning towards future.
Yeah, I like that. Future. Yeah, the Squidward. Yeah. I think I'd also lean towards future. But it would be interesting to see what they do with like time travel in Splatoon 3. That would be interesting. I mean Splatoon 4. It would be Splatoon 4, not Splatoon 3. Anywho, look forward to the Grand Festival coming in September. Okay, now we can move out of the realm of news and into the realm of rumor with the rumor mill. We send the rumor Pikmin out, and they bring us those rumors. And we've got some stuffs. We've got some stuffs to cover here. Mainly just one thing. There's a rumor going around that Rockstar Games will be releasing. So they have a new like subscription service type thing called GTA Plus. And GTA Plus is rumored to include Nintendo Switch games. But here's the rumor comes from Tez2 over on Twitter. Here's what the post says specifically. Rockstar Games has updated the platform list for games included with GTA Plus to include Nintendo Switch, but it does not currently use the site. Rockstar may soon update these games on the Switch to be playable for free with a GTA Plus subscription. And I think that's pretty neat. I don't think it's like necessarily necessary, but nice to have if you have a GTA Plus membership to be able to get the game, to be able to play the games on all platforms.
Yep.
I have not played any of these games on Switch, or just any of these games. Period. I've not played Red Dead Redemption, L.A. Noire, or Grand Theft Auto. The only Grand Theft Auto game I've played, I think, is the first one.
I don't think I haven't played any of them.
It's like it's top down. It's like it's I remember it being on our home computer for some reason. We had Grand Theft Auto. Why did we have Grand Theft Auto? No idea. It's not up my family's alley even a little bit. Yeah. That. So if you're into these games, I guess, or if you want to give these games a try, might be a cheaper way to do that. Rather than buying these games individually, you sign up for the membership and pay for the subscription for a bit. I don't know how much I like this subscription model style, especially if they're breaking out to this granular of a level. Like,
yeah,
this is just Rockstar Games. And they do have a decent library, but I mean, it's not that big. it's like the Grand Theft Auto series, Red Dead Redemption. What other games has Rockstar developed? List of games. Okay. Oh, Earthworm Jim 3D.
Hot dog.
They did a bunch of Austin Powers games. but I don't think those would be included. Oh, I guess they have Max Payne. That's theirs. And then yeah, Grand Theft Auto. And more Grand Theft Auto. That's it. So you're paying a subscription to be able to play from those series. And I just don't know if it's worth it at that granular of a level. Like, is gaming going to turn into what like the streaming scene is like now for movies and TV? Where it's like
every developer will have their own streaming.
Oh, please
Game
no.
streaming.
Don't do this to us. I don't really I'm not fond of the subscription model in general. But I mean, I have subscriptions. Like, obviously, I'm a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack subscriber. But even that, I'm like lately going like, expansion pack doesn't really feel like it was worth delving into. I've used it so little. That's not true though. My family recently got really into the Animal Crossing DLC. My wife and my son are both through that. So that was through that, but they also could have just bought that outright. You know?
You did a little bit of the Mario Kart tracks, at least once for each, right?
Yep. Oh, that's true. Mario Kart. I just wish that more DLC had come for that was like on the pack. I feel like they started it and they're like, oh yeah, these will be available for online expansion pack members. And it's like they should have thrown in like Xenoblade into there, and there was a couple other first party.
All the things you wanted to play but haven't.
I mean, I haven't played it, but I just feel like they set up this like, oh, our first party DLC will be available for NSO expansion pack members, and they just really haven't. And then also the games have come out so slow for NSO libraries. Although lately we're just getting like a bunch randomly, but
yeah,
only like
shadow dropping.
Yeah, shadow dropping. Got like the whole Starfy series all of a sudden. You're like, oh, okay, sure. That's about it for rumors, I think. Anything you want to highlight in this? Like, how do you feel about the whole subscription thing?
Yeah, I'm also generally not a huge fan of subscribing for things.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. That's fair.
But Fedorable Will does have a good comment about that.
Yeah, I bet you're a fan of hitting the subscribe button if you're watching this over on YouTube or if you're watching on Twitch. Although that button costs money on Twitch, so don't subscribe if you are not able. But you can hit the follow button. That's free. Hit all those buttons. Hit all the good buttons. And with that, I think it's time to move out of the rumor mill and into the community corner. As Fedorable Will does remind us too, if you have Amazon Prime, subscribing on Twitch is free. You get one free sub. And if you're not using that free sub, that money is just sitting out there that could be going to a starving, poor, and hungry podcaster like us.
Plus, if you hate Amazon, stick it to them by making them spend that money.
If you hate Amazon, you probably shouldn't have a Prime membership. Just a thought.
Just do whatever you want.
Yeah. Do we have any questions in the community corner?
We do. We have one asked by Monkey Thunder.
All right.
If video games stopped being made today, do you think that there would be enough video games that already exist to keep you interested for the rest of your life?
The answer to this is yes.
Yep.
I watched a video. I was a big fan of the YouTuber Jay Witz. He did a lot of Pokemon content, but he did a video a couple years ago. He doesn't do content as much anymore, but he did a video a couple years ago that talked about if I played all the best games, how long would it take? And he was like, I'm just gonna take the average time to beat of every game that ranks at like an 8 or higher on Metacritic. And it was like so much time that it could fill lifetimes, if I recall correctly. It's just an unfathomable amount of time to play all the good games. And then that was like at an 8 or plus. I think even at like 9s and 10s, it was still super huge. And there's just so many great games. And then he was like, but this doesn't even factor in these games like Minecraft, where you can just play that infinitely. So I think for me, the answer to this is yes. If video games all of a sudden stop being made, there would be enough video games that already exist to keep me interested for the rest of my life. And I think video game companies know this, and that is why not a lot of new games are coming out. Have you noticed? Now, Nintendo's an exception here. Nintendo has been putting out a lot of new stuff, and they're also kind of the indie machine, so we get a lot of indie titles. But Xbox, PlayStation have just been doing a lot of re-releases of old games.
Yeah. And you know who's at fault?
Me. And you.
Skyrim.
And everybody that buys Skyrim.
Everyone. So not me, first of all.
Have you ever bought Skyrim?
Everyone that has bought, I have not.
Everyone never bought Skyrim.
Skyrim re-releases, all 9 of them. You're the problem.
No, you have.
To us all.
How did we play Skyrim together if you didn't buy Skyrim? You did buy Skyrim.
Good question. I bought that. Did I buy that?
Yeah, I think we got it on sale. It was like $5 or something.
Steal Lincoln's using Steam Sharing.
You might have stolen someone's.
I'm gonna check that right now, actually. Because actually, maybe I did because it was super cheap at one point and wanted to try it out. But then we just played it the one time. No, I don't have it.
Yeah, you suplexed an old lady into the ground, if I recall correctly, and then we were done.
I do remember something cool like that happening.
It was like slow motion.
Like it, yeah.
So good.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think I must have borrowed it.
And okay, if games stop being made today, does that mean mods stop being made? Because I don't think that does. Because mods are being made for
yes. That's like no new content.
But mods are not from the developers.
Yeah, but it's still essentially games being made. Would you say the people could make DLC? Could developers make DLC?
No.
Yeah, but I feel like mods kind of fall under DLC.
No, they don't, because DLC is official by the games. So,
but
they are essentially the
indie
same
games
thing.
Start out though. Just people who have a hobby.
Right. Yeah. So okay. So no mods or anything like that. Even still, there's just so much. What's your answer to this question?
I think there'd be enough. Yeah, look at that. Fedora Will says, as a dev that has made mods, I'm with Micah. A man of culture.
This wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games.
Sides to take here.
There's so much like branching out I could do.
Yeah. Well, like we just talked about how neither of us have played.
That sounds pretty good, but
neither of us have played like any Rockstar games. Those are huge games and really popular. So, yeah. I mean, I have not even remotely tapped into PlayStation or Xbox with their libraries at all. I've only played on friends' systems for those. So, like, anything on PlayStation post like PS2, I have not played even like a little bit. So there's a lot there, like God of War. There's all the Halo games. There's, I'm trying to think, first party Spider-Man. And that's it, because those systems don't release first party games
What about
anymore.
Horizon?
Oh yeah, Horizon there, PlayStation.
I mean, kind of Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
That's the multi.
That's one I am going to pick up and play, though. It's my.
That's what you've been saying.
Yeah.
I believe you're challenged to play that like 2 years ago.
Yeah, well, they can't enforce it. They ended their podcast. So
we'll see about that.
There's no accountability anymore. They can't make me do it. But I do want to play that game. We'll see when, because I'm starting up. Announcement: Andros August is coming. Andros August coming in August. Starting August 1st over on Andros 1. Twitch.tv/Andros 1. The stream will not end. We are going to be streaming the entire month long. And I have a lot of prep work to do before we get to that point. So that's what I'm going to be working on this weekend. That, plus I have a video still that I want to get finished before then. Oh, there's so much to do, Micah. So much to do and so little time. So we better move out of the community corner. I don't think we have any other questions. We did get a new comment from Ayla over on Spotify. That's what this platform's called. And Ayla commenting on our Nintendo Direct episode says, I know it's a bit late, but it's a really good Direct. But I'm not buying any of the games because I will continue saving up for the new console. I like the pause.
None of the games, though?
None? And then also buying Pokemon packs, even though I say I won't. I think admitting you have a problem is the first step to recovery. That's so. Yeah, I've got lots of friends in the Pokemon card pack scene. I'm not into Pokemon cards. I still have mine from when I was a kid, but I mean it's big. I mean I went to work and one of my coworkers was like, I got this pack of cards from a vending machine. It comes in this like cool pack. It's got this cool holographic Charizard. He was like so proud of it, and it looked really cool. I was like, that's sick. That's pretty neat. Anywho, yeah, I mean we're entering the next phase of Nintendo here shortly, because I think the system will be announced by the end of the fiscal year, is what we've been told. And I'm still a big believer in spring of next year for the release of that, probably April time period. And yeah, it's going to be expensive, because what? A Nintendo Switch OLED costs $350. So what's the next system going to cost? Is it going to be $400? Or are they going to keep the price down to $300, $350?
That would be nice. They kept it at least kind of down.
And then some of us have to get multiple systems. I need to save up like $1,000 because that's just the systems. That's not even like the games.
Yep.
And that is why, if my boss is watching this, I need a promotion. And this is why anybody out there that I've applied for your company to work for, you should hire me at a high salary. How else will I support my family's gaming needs?
Yeah, he's doing it for his family. Have a heart.
Have a heart. My children need the next Nintendo system. They each need their own.
I'm thinking you buy the new system for yourself, and then you just take your old systems and do little artwork on them. Be like, here you go. Here are your children's.
Yeah.
The child Switch 2.
They'll know. They're too smart for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next system. It's going to be super fun. I'm pumped. But yeah, it's very smart of Ayla to already be keeping that in mind, because I mean, we're probably less than a year away from the launch of that system. So you got some time to earn a few plus some $100. A few plus some.
Yeah, you could always donate plasma.
If you donate, how much do you make for donating plasma?
See, that's a good
You've
question.
You've done it recently.
They never tell you unless it's part of a promotion. The first 4 you get at the place I'm going, you get $100 each.
Oh, so you go 4 times, you got enough for the next system.
Yep.
Potentially.
Except 2 of those times are going towards making rent this next month. So
that's fair. That's fair.
But I'm pretty sure after that promotion, it will kind of be like every 2 times I go, I get $100. It's probably be a little more accurate.
I wonder if there will be
also the needles they use are absolutely massive. Don't know if you've donated plasma recently. I don't know if they're bigger than regular blood.
I haven't. I've never donated plasma. I looked into doing it and was just like, I can't. It
I
freaks
mean,
me
a hot
out.
dog, like a family of 4 could live inside that needle comfortably.
I thought you were about to say a family of 4 all donating plasma. You'd be set. I was like, what do you do? What are you saying? My kids are gonna go donate plasma?
Actually, some people need literally 1,300 plasma donations a year for their like treatment. So yeah, I mean, it's also for a good cause.
Oh,
that's some of the things they have listed. There's like one said 1,300, one needed like 900, and the other one was 300. I'm just like, you know what? That's actually insane. That's a lot.
What
plasma needed?
I don't know enough about what plasma is and does.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's that clear stuff in your blood.
Yeah, all right. Well,
but yeah, I would say if you have any fear of needles at all, donating plasma might not be for you. Also, they gave me very little time to prepare myself. Like, I don't really have a problem with needles, but I was like, yeah, I know that's going to hurt going in. But they like pulled it out and they're just like, okay, here we go. I'm like, oh, yeah, that needle's a lot
that noise that you did. I didn't like that. It's like, no. Why was that so wet?
Well, there's lots of blood in
there.
No,
stop.
I mean, you could use that needle as a weapon for self-defense. Absolutely.
Bro, this
just,
show has been so off the rails. We did like 2 whole segments dedicated to my chin, and now we're just talking about needles.
Typically, they use a 16 gauge. So just look up a 16 gauge needle. And these are going to probably look really small, I guess.
I don't want to look that up.
Oh, this is a really good image. This one makes it look huge. I want them to hold it next to your arm.
No, why do I shouldn't have looked that up. Shouldn't have looked it up.
Here you go. Here you go. I'm sending you this one. This one's pretty good.
Yep. So my wife used to donate plasma in college before we met. And she has like permanent scars for the ports.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have permanent scars after like the 2 times. But supposedly that makes it better for future donations because then it doesn't hurt as much.
Why is this a thing? Why? I don't like it. I can't do it. Is what I'm saying. So
you just gotta believe in yourself. Practice your chin waggle to distract yourself. Just make sure they're not looking. Like stab you in the leg or something.
Oh!
They're
In
like,
the
what
chin.
in the world? Yeah.
Just like into the chin. No. So maybe I should get like you know how you can do like surgery to remove like liposuction. Do you think they could do the reverse and I just make my chin even bigger?
Extra big. I mean, why not?
And then I can move it up and down and like smack people with it. Like I could be the Chuck Norris meme where it's like just underneath his beard is just another fist. Yeah. Be awesome.
Yeah, that would, I'm sure your spouse would thoroughly enjoy that.
Yeah, she already was a
Having
little
a
freaked out by it.
fist.
Well, first off, she was because I was talking about how I like didn't like my knobby chin. She's like, it looks fine. It looks good.
And then you start moving. She's like, "Ooh!"
And it's just
Kill the fire.
and she just threw up right there. Yeah, no. It's not happening at all. What were we talking about? What's happening on this episode? I think we were in the community corner. So let's jump out of that segment and let's jump into last week we asked you. Good. Last week we asked you, tell us about the coolest Nintendo items that you own. Our first comment here comes from Blondie. Says, do tattoos count? Because that's pretty cool. Otherwise, the full-size Master Sword has to be the coolest. Blondie has a full-size Master Sword. I thought she was talking about her because she also has a Master Sword tattoo on one of her, like covering like her entire forearm. Because I've met Blondie in person. She's got that one, and then just recently got the Makar. How do
I
you
always forget the little dude's name? Makar sounds good.
Makar? The Korok. It's a cool looking tattoo.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So yeah, I think tattoos count. That's a cool Nintendo thing you own. It's yours.
Yeah, they can't take it from you, hopefully.
And then our next post here comes from DatFast, aka John. And John basically lives in a GameStop. Anytime I've been on a podcast with John, it's like he's recording from in front of a display at a store, but that's his house. Like he has so much stuff. And so we'll I'll try and describe these items here to people. He's got the original Zelda dual screen Game & Watch, which is really cool. A actual Rob for the NES, like the Rob the robot, which is also very cool. The Jungle Green N64. Oh, that's like the best one. And what else is that in that picture? I gotta like open that up to zoom in.
Play Choice 10 arcade marquee.
The Sega Genesis, like the original box. It's got so many cool things. I feel like I'm missing things in these pictures. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Play Choice 10 arcade marquee. The Jungle Green N64 bundle, still complete with its box. And then got a store ad sign from that for Nintendo. Now, on that same line of thinking, we have, my family has in possession a red neon Nintendo sign that my dad got from working retail at the what do you call like a Walmart type store? That's
Store.
It's not a grocery store because it's more than groceries, right?
Yeah, I'd call it a store.
Store. Well, he worked at Fred Meyer's, which had an electronics department, and they had he got like a neon Nintendo sign. I also used to get some like cool Nintendo exclusive stuff. I got Wii themed pajamas from my dad that were like exclusive handouts to like from like Nintendo partner stuff. And it was a shirt that said "We Play" on it, and then the pajama bottoms were. We still have these, by the way. They're blue, and they just have the Wii logo over the whole thing. Awesome. And then so that's John's collection. I see in the corner here, and he's like, I got the sign from the store. In the corner is a Virtual Boy. It's like an actual Virtual Boy. It's like in his picture of the cool thing, it's surrounded by more cool things. It's so cool. It's so cool. I need to learn what John does for work. I need his level of disposable income. Or just his gumption in finding cool collectibles, I think is more the case here. Next comment. You want to read the next one?
There we go. Presto says that they have a Super Famicom complete with Japanese copies of Donkey Kong Countries 1 through 3, Mario World, and Super Mario Kart.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cool.
That's super cool. I want that. I love the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo is like one of my favorite consoles. I have mine on display up on our main shelf, proudly displaying Plock as the game that is inside the system while it's in the display case. And then also the N64 up there in these like cool plastic glass box looking cases. That's really cool. Super Famicom. Next one. Next answer we got was from Solo something. I'm sorry, Solo. You don't have something in your name anymore, but I just am so used to saying it. We got one from Solo. Says full size Master Sword 2. Although no travel dates with it, as I have recently learned. So you can't take it on a plane.
Yeah.
That's lame. What does the world come to? You can't take your Master Sword on a plane?
Yeah, you can't take a literal weapon onto a plane?
It's a replica. Come on.
I mean, some replicas are actually kind of sharp.
Because don't you have a Master Sword? You got to pull it out right now? Dude, that's so cool.
It's really cool. The coolest, and also not like crazy sharp, but kind of sharp. Could definitely hurt myself with this bad boy.
Yeah. And that one was like really cheap too, if I remember correctly. I think we got it for like $15 or something like that.
That wasn't much.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's awesome.
You can find a lot of replicas available online for Master Swords. Not so many options for shields though, which is odd to me. But I guess that's a lot more metal.
Yeah, probably.
Solo, thank you for your answer and submission, and for a friendly reminder to not travel with your Master Sword on a plane. What's our next one?
Mud Fox. They got a Tech Deck mini Splatoon themed skateboard.
What?
I mean, one of those Tech Deck mini Splatoon.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know they made those. Like Tech Deck is Tech Deck still around? Huh, that's cool. That's pretty unique.
I mean, I remember those were all the rage back in the day. For like a couple weeks, maybe.
Are you ready for this next one?
I was born ready.
Become the Crimson Chin and move to Cincinnati, says Fedorable Will in the chat here. Speaking of Fedorable Will, we've got his picture here of Sleepy Evie. It's more cute than cool, but it's my fave. But
You like
I
the
can't help
pillow
but
in the
notice
background?
there's a
Yeah.
pillow in the back. I can't help but notice that in the background of this picture, there's a picture of a really buff Diglett.
Really buff, shirtless Diglett.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just funny because the comment just doesn't acknowledge that part at all, and it's such a prominent part of the picture.
Yeah, that's a.
The giant
is
sleeping Eevee is cool though. That is cool. That's from your merch store. You sell Buff Diglett merch. Well, everybody needs to go check out Fedorable Will. Twitch.tv/Fedorable Will. He's got merch. That's awesome. That's like the Nintendo swimsuit, the Nintendo Pal swimsuit we had at one point. Did we actually put that up? I think we just talked about it. It wasn't actually a thing. The Nintendo Pals like bikini swimsuit.
Yeah,
we put out the flip flops. There was like the right flip flop was my face and left flip flop was your face, kind of thing. It's a recurring. Okay. So Fedora will to give some more explanation here. Says it's a recurring character in his TTRPG campaigns. So his name is Doug, and he has an emote for him. So this is truly from, and well, I'm gonna need to go and check this out. I may need to get me one of these pillows. So awesome. Micah, what is the coolest Nintendo thing you own?
I mean, it's definitely this Master Sword that I have.
That is pretty cool. I honestly don't have that cool of Nintendo stuff. More so that I have a collection of classic games. Like I have my childhood Super Nintendo, N64, and I no longer have my childhood Wii. We had it. Well, no, I didn't. I think my parents had it, but the disc reader gave out on it, and I got a Wii U, so I didn't need the Wii anymore. So I have all the games and stuff. So I feel like I have a large a large collection of classic games. And then, so probably the coolest Nintendo thing I own is probably the Tingle suit, man.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how I describe that, but okay.
That's probably it. The Tingle suit, my Waluigi suit.
What about all Link suit?
Yeah, it's my collection of random Nintendo cosplay of like probably what would be considered some of the weirdest and goofiest characters. I don't have any regular Nintendo cosplay. Oh wait, no, I have Trainer Red. I have Trainer Red.
Oh yeah.
Cosplay for that.
That's like normal. A hat and a vest or something.
I mean, it's a custom made vest that you wear with a black shirt.
I mean, it's just not a full body suit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not like Tingle. Not a full spandex suit. Or like my Pikmin
Link
costume.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Do have that one.
I think the Gerudo Link might actually have the least material in it.
I should do a video featuring every Nintendo costume that I have. That would be pretty fun. Because I do have a lot. Now that I'm thinking about it. I've also got the Princess Daisy that I've dressed up in more than one time. And I don't even like Daisy. I don't even like it, just for fun. As my wife, as I was like,
not even on stream.
As my wife was, it was like, "What are you doing this for? Are you still streaming?" Like, yes, I am. I would not be
still streaming.
You don't remember that?
Actually, I do not remember that.
Okay, so
good.
It was the Zelda with punishments, and I rolled the punishment to dress as Daisy, and I didn't know how to put on a dress. I've never done that before, so
I can't remember how
uh,
you like it on, right?
well, no, you have to zip up the back, and so I needed help zipping up the back because I couldn't reach it and do it successfully on my own. Like I could, but the restrictiveness of the dress made it harder to put my arms back. And so my wife, who was asleep, I woke up and I'm like, "Can you help me zip up my dress?" She's like, "Yeah. Are you still streaming?" like, like she was real dazed. She was real out of it. I was like, "No, it's for fun. Yeah, I'm just dressing up as Daisy for fun." I actually had a here. Let me grab this thing. I noticed. I also have a collection of some cool. I also have a collection of some pretty cool Nintendo artwork. I have enough to cover like an entire wall in both Zelda and Mario artwork, which is a mix of posters from official Nintendo things and custom art that we've collected from like street vendors and such like that. There's a lot of cool ones in that collection, but I also have things like this. This replica Pokeball made out of like actual metal. It used to light up.
Battery die?
Oh, there we go.
But does it open?
And it reacts to touch.
Uh-huh.
Turn that off. And then it also has this neat little display box. These are really cool. You can order these online. They're pretty pricey. I got this as a gift. It's something that's like super cool that I would never buy for myself because of the price, but a cool
It's
gift.
a cool gift.
Yeah. I also have one of those like 3D art boxes, and it has the first. It's in fire red style, and it has the 3 Pokemon that you can choose in the beginning. It says
Oh
every
yeah, those are cool.
choice. So I've got some cool stuff like that. I used to have a little. I made this kind of. I found a little mini barrel that we bought at a thrift store, and then I made a DK logo to put over the top of it. And so it was like a little miniature actual DK barrel. Unfortunately for me, my children ripped that off when they were very little. And so it's been,
Now it's just a barrel.
yeah, now it's just a barrel. I don't even know what happened to the lettering on it. I think it got tossed or something. So I'll have to make new lettering for it. Oh, well, I've got cool stuff, but nothing Master Sword level or buff Diglett pillow level or just anything that fast has. Oh, man. But this was fun. A really fun show and tell. Thanks to everybody who sent in submissions here. And Micah, I hate to say it, but I think we need to call it an episode here. This has been going on a long while, so no PAL topic for today, but tune in next week. We'll have one for sure. This was just a heavy news week, and we also had 2 full games we did reviews for, essentially. So, yeah. So, Micah, with that,
Oh no.
let's close out the episode. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitch at Micah Prime. Technically, I don't know
And
if I have anything that you can actually see currently, but I have at some point.
Yeah, but you still have up on your YouTube channel the actual run for Metroid Minimum Item.
Oh yeah, I probably do
So-
actually. Or on speedrun.com in the 3rd place. for
Heck yeah.
Minimum item run, dread mode, no major glitches. There are lots of tabs you have to click to actually find it.
And then you can find me over on twitch.tv/Andros1, youtube.com at Andros1 on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram now. All of those are Andros1. I believe on TikTok and Instagram, I'm Andros1 with like a underscore at the end. Someone stole my name. Bunch of bullies. And there is actually benefit to following me on all of those platforms individually because I have decided to kind of take an exclusive content approach and not post. I'll have cross postings for sure, but there's stuff that's only on. Well, Instagram is the only spot where I'm doing like picture type stuff. TikTok has exclusive videos that I haven't posted anywhere else. YouTube obviously has its own videos I haven't posted anywhere else. Twitch is all live streaming. So I'm like using each of the platforms for their respect. Like, does that make sense? Using each of the platforms in their respective designed ways. And so if you want to get the most out of Andros One content, you got to follow me on all the platforms. So do that. And you can also follow the show, Nintendo Pals, on all podcast listening apps, as well as on YouTube and on Twitter. Huge thanks and shout out once again to Roger Pollard for the intro music that we use in every episode and also for creating our logo. Like I said, very talented guy. So if you want to check out more of his work and maybe commission some work, because that would be cool. He would love that. You can check out his stuff. Links are in the description of every episode. And last, but certainly not least, in fact, so not least that this should actually be most. Confusing myself here. A shout out and thank you to our wonderful supporters over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Nintendo Pals, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get access to our exclusive show after the show, Nintendo Pals Plus, in addition to some other benefits and bonuses. And it helps, keep the lights on, keeps things running smooth here on Nintendo Pals. So shout out to each and every one of you now. That's T-Bone. Thank you so much. Forsaken Voyager. Hold on just a second. Forsaken Voyager is not a current active member. Let me go. Okay. Reorganize my list here. T-Bone, Nick Lanoy, Fedorable Will, Monkey Thunder, Madison, aka Purple Riolu, Lava Plays, John Coates, Lil Miss 7, Tim A, aka Neil Prime 33, aka Nindad number 4, Seth Sturgill, LPD, Spider Shan, and Mute Dog the Gamer. I think as we are changing up how we're doing our shout outs for Patreon, and so stay tuned for next episode because I've got an idea, Micah. I've got it. And once again, huge thank you to everybody that supports us. But you don't have to be a Patreon member to support the show. You can support us by leaving a 5-star review on your podcast listening app of choice, also by following us and subscribing to us on your favorite platforms, whether that be YouTube, Twitch, or Spotify. Spotify is a big one. So yeah, thank you to everybody who follows us and supports us in any way, shape, or form. And last shout out here, join up our Discord. Link to that in the description. You can ask us questions and be a part of the weekly conversations happening over there on the topics for the show. And see the news before anybody else does. Boom. Micah, close us out here with some wise words of wisdom.
Aim for the sun. That way, if you miss, at least your arrow will fall far away, and the person it kills will likely be someone you don't know.
So true. Peace out, all.